Good morning. How are you doing today? My goodness. Happy Saturday. Hope everybody's doing well on a Saturday. It's about 7:30 on a Saturday morning, and kind of wanted to go live and say what's up to everybody. The main reason is I got this DorkLair Mystery Box that I want to unbox, and I thought it would be cool to do it live so you can share the experience with me. I hope your Saturday morning's going well. Good morning, Bill. How are you? So I have in my hot little hand right here a mystery box put together by this guy right here, Bill from the DorkLair. So as you may or may not know, in connection with, I believe it was called this year, the Great American Toy Show, also known as ChrisCon in past years, DorkLair set up a table there and put together some very special mystery boxes. And these things were loaded. Yeah, he advertised them as, I think you would get either a Legions figure and either a Legions figure or a Mezco figure, a second figure of some kind, and some other stuff. Good morning, Amber. I hear you guys were dealing with some really, really annoying stuff this morning. Good morning to you, though. And I really wanted to go to the show, but I could not end up swinging it. So my buddy Ryan ended up going to the show, picking one up for me because I really wanted one of these mystery boxes. I've seen some other mystery boxes that people got from the show and opened, and they looked pretty incredible. So I'm pretty excited to open this up, which we'll do in just a minute. This is a big wrestling weekend for me. This is SummerSlam weekend, which is the WWE, like the biggest wrestling companies, probably their second biggest event. And that's happening in New Jersey tonight and tomorrow. So whenever big wrestling events happen like that in a city, a lot of other smaller companies and promotions and wrestlers all come to the same city and hold a bunch of events because there's going to be a bunch of wrestling fans there. So one of the events that's going on this weekend is also WrestleCon, which is a wrestling convention. The first day of WrestleCon was yesterday in Newark, New Jersey. Day 2 is today. And then the SummerSlam actual big wrestling event is tonight and tomorrow night. So I went yesterday and met up with my buddy from home that I grew up with at WrestleCon yesterday. So this is the second time I've been to WrestleCon. I went when it was in Philadelphia last year as well for WrestleMania. One point of note, so my buddy that I went with likes wrestling and stuff like that, but he'd never been to a wrestling convention, and he's never been to like a Comic-Con or a toy convention or anything. And he asked me, like, what are some of the differences? And I would say the main difference between like a wrestling convention, the ones I've been to, and like a toy convention is the toy conventions, at least like the mid-size ones to smaller ones, a lot more relaxing. You just kind of going to hang out and look at a bunch of stuff and, check everything out. Where a wrestling convention is a lot more like a scavenger hunt. It's like, most of the convention is a number of wrestling personalities from throughout the years having tables. And then you go and try to, get photos and autographs from your favorites and things like that. So I'll be sharing some photos of day 1 a little bit later and day 2 probably after that. But yesterday was a success. I'll be getting into the mystery box in just a moment. But yesterday was a success. So Will Ospreay, one of my favorite wrestlers of all time, was going to be at the convention yesterday. So I really wanted to get a picture with Will Ospreay. And I wanted to get a signature on a Will Ospreay action figure, which I did not have. I didn't have a Will Ospreay action figure. There's not a ton of them out there, although Super 7 did one. And there was none readily available. So there's an online store that deals in just wrestling action figures, Ringside Collectibles. And they had no Will Ospreay figures for shipping. There was none on Amazon. None anywhere else. There's some more coming out that are sort of in the pipeline. But I had to go to eBay. So I ordered about a week and a half ago a Will Ospreay figure from eBay. And didn't ship for a few days, finally shipped this week. And then when it did, it looked like it wasn't going to get here in time. And let's see if I can describe this correctly. And this happens sometimes where I live in northwestern New Jersey. It can be very annoying. So I know we're looking the opposite way here. But the action figure was coming from Chicago east and ended up in a post office, which is about 10-15 minutes away from my house, west of my house. And then the post office took the action figure from that post office, drove right past my house to the distribution center, which is in northeast New Jersey and Kearney. And it sat there for like a day or two. But story has a happy ending because the figure ended up getting here yesterday morning, and trying to see if I can. Here. Yeah, I think I have enough time to show this real quick. So you know what? I could probably do that too, but this is quicker. There you go. There's me with my Will Ospreay figure that arrived yesterday with Will Ospreay's signature on it. Pretty pumped about that. You can even see kind of in the background Matt Cardona, who is a professional wrestler, used to be in WWF, now runs on the independent circuit, but he's also pertinent because he's a huge toy collector, a massive toy collector. He has his own like toy collecting podcast, and that actually has a table right next to him. So that's Matt Cardona behind me, noted toy collector. But there's my Will Ospreay figure. There's me with Will Ospreay. So other cool stuff that I'll be showing in the near future as well. But without further ado, let's start to get into this blind box, shall we? I might mute it while I'm cutting the plastic so I don't annoy the hell out of everyone. Also, shout out to Ryan for the incredible packing. This thing is, look at this. Box was beautifully taped. Impeccable packing. Here we go. There is the DorkLair label right on the top. Here we go. Oh, shit. Wow, you guys. Wow. Holy crap. All right. I'm just going to turn this around and show you. Oh, wait. Should I show one piece at a time? Let's show one piece at a time. Got this cool net. I think that's like a Mezco accessory. I got a Mezit. Woo. Put that guy aside for a second. DorkLair sticker. Good morning, Lone Dragon. Ooh, this is badass. Mezco Gomez shiny pin. How cool is that? Buy collectors for collectors coin. This thing is packed. Cabal sticker. Man, and it don't stop. Another little Mezits guy. Or is this the other guys? There's Mezits and then there's something else, right? Mezco Subway token is the correct name for it. There. I was holding it upside. There you go. Oh, dude. 5 points. Pink Skull. Mezco head. Vapor. Crazy head. Now we're getting to the really good stuff. 5 points. Agent Gomez. The golden head. That's pretty sick. I love the file card too on the back, G.I. Joe style. Look, see? Look. Bill, ever the company man. Did you know the pink skull head fits on Glyos figures? As a matter of fact, do I have one here? I might not have one on the desk anymore. We'll check that out later. But that's pretty cool. So that would be cool, just that. So I got 2 5 points figures. A head, Mezits, Subway token, pins, 2 stickers. And now for the coup de grace. I don't know the correct name. Mezco Yellow Ninja Gomez. I forget his name. This is insane, dude. And of course, all the hands. The Mezco stand, which is the best stand in the business. And the accessory bag. Holy crap. Like, just on value alone, Golden Dragon. I was calling him Yellow Ninja. Golden Dragon is the correct name. Oh, that's why I didn't recognize this head. This is the Diabolique head. And all his weapons, including the quiver with arrows, and it's actually like pleather with the fabric belt. The bow. The extra arrows and the golden tipped arrow. The buzz-off head. The buzz-off type head. That is a freaky looking head, by the way. The green eyes are like shiny a little bit. I don't know if you can see that. And then the Golden Dragon Gomez head, which looks pretty badass. This is probably my favorite. He's got his 2 little antenna in there. I'll stick back in. There you go. Dude, just on value alone, this is insane. These boxes were what? Like 60 or something like that? That is absolute. Bill, thank you so much, man. I hope you were satisfied, Bill, with people's response to these mystery boxes, because everyone looked insane. I got to be honest with you. I think the one I opened is my favorite that I've seen, and I've seen some good ones. I am very pumped about this. There we go. I don't know what a Golden Dragon's going for on eBay. I bet it's a lot more than $60 though, is my guess. And I got this dope. You know how much I like shiny things? The Golden Agent Gomez. Golden Roachhead Gomez. And the 5 points Pink Skull. Open them up in a second too. So thank you, Bill. Thank you, Ryan and Amber for making the drive out to. That was in Massachusetts, right? To the show and then bringing this back for me. That's badass. I could not be happier. Ooh, I wonder if I should do the hood. There you go. Pretty badass. Yeah, $60. They sold out by lunch. You got a great box. Well, thank you for doing them, man. This is probably the best mystery box I've seen so far. And mystery boxes are fun, man. I can't even believe. I forget, what did you have? 25 boxes. I can't even believe like the sheer selection of stuff that was in all the boxes that I've seen. I was joking with somebody the other day. I was like, yeah, I should do my own mystery boxes, except mine will be like $10 and you'll get like 2 stickers, a couple of weapons, and a half a Marvel Legends figure. This is awesome. Yeah, let's open my. Badass. There you go. Good morning, Jetman. Let's open this guy up. I know Bill was considering doing more if there was interest. I think there would be interest, but then I think there was, he had to assess whether it was something he wanted to do again, whether he had the enough stuff to support another wave. Let's go here. Mm-hmm. Ooh. Pink Skull. Flipping the bird, baby. These guys are badass. He's got his little skull crusher, too. Complete with stand. There you go. Pretty badass. All of your standard hands. This guy's obviously the crown jewel. Got to Still working on it. Still working on the 1975 video. I think we just found somebody else who's going to go in it. Golden Dragon. Holy crap. Ah! Let's see here. And then the subway token, doesn't that, didn't it, like, entitle you to some other secret stuff? Secret access to stuff? Here's outside of the plastic, although there's going to be glare on that as well. Yeah, that's probably a little bit. I'll take some pictures of these later, too. Nobody does it better. Makes me feel sad for the rest. Oh, this is so funny. That the Agent Gomez and his boombox each get file cards. I've never noticed that before. Cool. So I don't have this 5 points Gomez. I have the Hazard Squad 5 points Gomez. And I've said this a bunch of times that when Mezco started doing the 5 points line, which is, you know, their little line of 3.75-inch figures, 5 POA, I was like, well, I don't really understand why they're doing that because, you know, Reaction already exists or whatever. Now there's a bunch of 5 POAs, but Mezcos are different in that they the paint detail is absolutely gorgeous and beautiful. They have cool, you know, accessories that come with them. You know, they also have their original character Gomez they can throw in 5 points, but 5 points is really cool, and they do cool stuff with them. Like some of the 5 points figures have mixed materials, like soft goods and things like that. The red 3.75 Doc Knock that came with the holiday box had like a glow in the dark face. So the 5 points line is really, really cool. And they've done some cool sets. So I'll add these guys to my 5 points collection. So my Mezco Crow and my Hazard Squad Gomez and those guys will now have a pink skull. What was that? Pink Skull Chaos Club? Or what was that? I forget what it's called. Yes, so I haven't even seen the only one. So the Griswold was one of them, right? With light up Christmas lights. I didn't even know there's going to be more. Points. What's this? Oh, that's right. Yeah. What am I talking about? Yep. The Griswold. 2 Griswolds, 2 Greaseballs. Oh wait, here. I'm like, you can't even see this. And the Uncle Eddie. Forgot about the Uncle Eddie. We just looked at this on Tuesday. There we go. There's Clark with the Wally World Eggnog Cup. Clark on the top of the roof from the the cover of the VHS. And the lights light up. That makes this an absolute need. Absolute need. Oh, look, and there's Matt Cardona. I was just talking about him. There we go. Clark Griswold with the light up lights. That's a need. Clark with the Wally World Eggnog Cup. We're going to have the happiest Christmas since Fred Astaire dance with Danny fucking Kaye. Was it Fred Astaire? I think it was Fred Astaire. And then, of course, Cousin Eddie. Couldn't get the Miller Lite, I guess, branding for the beer. Look at the detail on the hose. That's disgusting. Well done, Mezco. I'll at least get the Clarks. Here we go. Hey, where'd you go? All right, so was it Meisterbrow? All right, maybe it's the M I just remembered. Honestly, I've seen that movie more times than I could ever count. Every single Christmas, I watched that movie probably at least 10 times. My laundry is finished in the background. All right, so there we go. I'm going to log off in a couple of minutes here. Going to go upstairs, make some breakfast, start getting ready for WrestleCon Day 2. So the plan is I'm going to drive over there. It's at the Marriott Hotel near the airport. That's where the convention is. Convention starts at 10. So I'll get over there early-ish as I can once I get things settled here. Meet up with my buddy. And I'm going to, I think, so I have, I want to see Toni Storm and get a picture with her. And she was supposed to be there yesterday, but then I guess her plane got delayed. So I got to try to get her today. And Bret Hart's going to be there. So I need to figure out if I'm going to try to just get a picture or get a picture and an autograph. I'll be equipped with a Bret Hart action figure with me, just in case I want to get the autograph. A lot of this has to do with lines. There are more lines at a wrestling convention than I've ever experienced once you get into a convention. And the more popular wrestlers have, like Will Ospreay had just a ridiculous line. They actually handled it pretty well. They moved it through pretty well. But we'll see. Bret Hart, Toni Storm, maybe Mina Shirakawa. We'll see. And then what's up, Jesse? What's up, Joe? Yeah, and then we'll see. So then we're gonna hang out, try to see some cool wrestlers today during the day. I might try to live stream from the convention. It's not as easy to do it. There's not as much like downtime during the wrestling part of the convention. Plus, I dropped my phone the other day and it's cracked. So we'll see. Maybe, I'm not sure. That'll be a game time decision. If nothing else, I'll at least take some video footage of it. And yeah, that's over in the afternoon. And then my buddy and I will be heading over to MetLife Stadium for night 1 of SummerSlam. CM Punk in the main event for the world title. So I'm very excited to be there live as CM Punk challenges for the world title at MetLife Stadium. The weather's supposed to be wonderful. I don't think there's any way he walks out of that stadium with the title, unfortunately. There's no way they take the title off Gunther so soon on a 2-week build. So I think Punk just loses. If something crazy happens and he wins, I expect there to be a cash-in. So, all right. Thank you guys for hanging out with me on a Saturday morning as I have my coffee and I opened this incredible mystery box, the DorkLair Mystery Boxes. Again, I don't know if he'll ever do these again. If he does, don't sleep. Do not sleep on the mystery boxes. I got a golden dragon. All right. Later, guys. Hope you have an awesome weekend. And until next time, don't forget the number 1 rule. Be cool. Later.
So I'll see you guys in November.